All right, hello friends. Lately I've been doing a lot of movie-related content. I've been having fun with it. I've been doing serious reviews. I've been doing reviews of like really horrible movies or bad movies or Netflix movies and all that kind of stuff. And it's been great, but it has been a while since I've kind of looked at some of the darker sides of YouTube, other than the Brookhout situation, but it's hard to find anybody who would find that particularly controversial. Or my opinions on that story to be particularly controversial. You suck, Brooke. But in the past week, there's been a lot of drama brewing around the Ace family. And I'm hesitant to even call it drama because some of the stuff surrounding this is very, very serious. And I think in the past year, I hope that we had all learned that we kind of have to be careful when we talk about serious things. I feel like everybody's kind of made mistakes and maybe everybody's learned some lessons, and we were all going to try to go forward being better, but apparently not so, but we'll get into that in a second. So the Ace family is a vlogging family on YouTube. I had actually already been planning a video about them that was going to be a lot more lighthearted. There are so many ways that you can go at the Ace family for content in a fun way, because I really challenge you to find a group of people on YouTube that are more out of touch with reality. Like, these are the type of people that genuinely think that they are worthy of extreme amounts of sympathy because the landscaping wasn't done in their new mansion, so they had to stay in their old mansion longer, and have it worded as if it was something like, man, there's like 6 of us and we are stuck in this 1-bedroom apartment and this new place we were supposed to be moving into. It's just not done yet. That's the way they're making it sound when they can't move into their new mansion because of the landscaping. Then there was all this stuff with their kid and the Lollipop.
Show Catherine what you have in your hand. Show Catherine. Show her. She said it's a lollipop.
That's a penis.
That caused a bunch of drama. Rightfully so. But the new stuff is actually really serious, and we're gonna be talking about this from like a couple different standpoints, but one of them is going to be how the community kind of reacted to the information and me kind of unintentionally stumbling upon a new area that I feel like I will probably have to make an entire video about somebody else, but we'll do that anyway. So originally this whole drama was supposed to be surrounding allegations that Austin McBroom, the dad in the Ace family, was, caught cheating, that there were numerous allegations against him cheating on Catherine, the mom of the Ace family. And that was the story that allegedly Keemstar was going to be putting forward, but one of his main sources just kind of went completely silent on him, so he wasn't able to make that story. Then the whole thing kind of amped up. So on October 14th, Cole Carrigan, who you might recognize from being a previous Team 10 member, I didn't really know anything about him, but apparently he had also at one point either lied or extremely exaggerated about an injury or a car accident that his dad may or may not have been in and led people to believe that he had died when he hadn't. So there is a lot of drama just surrounding him as a person anyways, but he ended up coming out with a video that went further than the cheating allegations and actually alleged that Cole was involved in a rape situation of 2 of his friends in Miami. Now again, these are allegations and a lot of information has come out quickly since that video was released. As of right now, there is a good chance that something did happen, but the circumstances and how it was described in Cole's video seem wrong. So since that time, one of the other girls involved has openly come forward, and she had released a statement that has now since been deleted that said, to speak on this video that Cole Carrigan posted, some of you have already figured out that I'm the other girl they're talking about in the video. I feel like this video was made for the wrong reason, and this wasn't Cole's story to tell. Cole even texted me saying we could potentially get paid $100,000 from this, following the claim that Drama Alert was paid off $500K. So we'll get into that in a second too. I wasn't aware Amanda or Cole were in contact with Drama Alert to anonymously run our story, but I was aware of Cole's video being made, and I only wanted it to be factual if it was ever going to be posted. I wanted to say that Austin McBroom is not to blame in the situation and did not rape me or anyone. I'm currently handling this situation in my own way. I brought this to social media to address the false accusations. This isn't what I wanted. There's several sides to every story, and this isn't how I want to tell mine. So that kind of put everything to a halt. Some people still believe that Austin is completely guilty and that she has been paid off, but I think the general consensus right now is that something happened, but that Austin wasn't actually involved. And in a recent Drama Alert video, Keemstar actually said that one of the girls said that Austin was the one who stopped whatever was happening from happening. Again, these are all allegations. We don't really have much proof beyond what we saw in text messages, we saw in some of those pictures. I'm not saying that nothing happened. I'm not saying what did happen, but this is just kind of the information that's going forward, but the whole thing is clearly a mess. So getting back to that payoff statement, and this is where everything kind of takes a huge shift and gets really weird and really messy and actually affects the ability of this story being believed going forward in a lot of ways. So here's a message that Leslie had from Cole that says, and there's some information that's redacted here that just says, enough proof, but the point of this is not to upload a video. The point of this is to scare them into paying us off because they paid Drama Alert $500K. So I'm sure they would pay me $100K or more not to say shit, and then I would split that with you guys if you help me and send me all the receipts I need. Cole Carrigan has now come forward saying like, oh yeah, originally my intentions were not pure, but then I realized it was just important to get this story out. But it's kind of hard to believe somebody because the Drama Alert stuff was a joke. He had showed screenshots from Keemstar, who runs Drama Alert, saying that he was paid $500K, but then conveniently left out the part where hours later, Keemstar was just like, that was sarcastic.
I was not paid $500,000 to not run this story. I said that to him sarcastically. He didn't respond, so I responded to him 4 hours later saying, Cole, I'm being sarcastic. However, in his video, if you look closely, basically he went to go send me a message and hit enter, 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 so it would hide my reply that I was being sarcastic. You dishonest rat!
He wouldn't tell somebody that he got paid off. I don't know if there's an amount you could pay Keemstar off not to talk about something if he had the inside scoop. If I'm being completely honest, if Keemstar had enough information to run a story, I don't know if there's any amount of money that you could pay him not to post it. He lives for that shit. But as you can see now, this story is kind of getting very convoluted, and that if there was a crime committed, all of this talk of extortion and even the discussion of money being exchanged not to share that story hurts the case for whatever did happen, and the defense can jump on this. So even if a crime was committed and they find evidence that something happened, the defense has such a strong backing now that they can be like, well, how do we know anything happened when it seems like they were really concerned about getting a payday? And to even take it one step further, Austin's now obviously looking into legal ramifications. Clearly, he has the money to pay for a great lawyer. There's been a couple rumors about who it is, and if it's who people think it might be, it's a pretty damn good lawyer. Because again, he can be a shitty person. He can even be guilty of cheating on his spouse a lot, but that doesn't make him guilty of this larger, very heinous crime that he's being accused of. And that's where this whole situation gets really messy and really drives home the fact that if you have evidence of a serious crime being committed, please take it to the authorities. At this point, Cole's saying that the police are involved, so he's not going to say anything more about it. But you have made such a mess of this situation. And there's now so many different text messages floating around saying that you were considering accepting money and that you were having conversations with the alleged victims about taking money, that there's just now so much damage done to this case. And even though he didn't take the payoff he allegedly thought he could get from the Ace family, he's still been profiting off of this situation. He's been going around copyright claiming smaller YouTubers using any of his footage from his videos in a fair use manner to criticize his statements, to point out the inaccuracies in his statements, to point out the times that he lied, and taking their revenue. So the whole situation's just a mess. You got a bunch of people who think that he's 100% guilty. You got a bunch of people who are like, he probably didn't do this, but he's still a scumbag. Then you've got all the people that are now turning on Cole, saying that he's just doing this for attention and money, and that if he actually had this information, he did wrong by not taking it to the police. And I would agree with that. If you really thought something bad happened to your friends, you'd have taken that information to the police. Because right now it just looks like you were trying to benefit and cash in from a horrible thing that happened to your friends. Like your friend came to you saying that she was assaulted and your first thought was to, well, maybe we can extort him for money or make a YouTube video. Like, why wouldn't you have taken that to the police? But anyways, I get it. That's the culture now. We are quick to run to social media. I've been guilty of this. A lot of us have been guilty of this, but I really wanted to think that we were getting better and that enough things had happened to make us better, but apparently not. Within I don't even know, an hour or two of this video being posted, this Aphrodite person literally made a tarot card reading surrounding Austin and this situation. And that's really weird. I get it. People like talking about stuff, the cheating stuff, even if it's not something that's really anybody's business. The T channels and the drama channels are going to jump on that no matter what. But when it actually comes down to really serious allegations, why are you doing a fake tarot card reading around it? But yeah, this was one of those situations that so many people were just quick to jump and say, he's guilty, he's guilty, he's guilty, when there was still so little information out there. And again, we've all been guilty of this before, but I just really wanted to think that we had kind of gotten better as a community and that we were going to take more time looking into these kind of things. So either way, This whole situation was a mess. I don't know what's going to happen from this point on. There's a really good chance that there's going to be a lot of lawsuits going around for defamation of character, and there's a really good chance that if a crime was committed, nobody's actually going to be held accountable at this point because of how messed up this situation has become. Like, I'm clearly not a fan of family vlog channels. I've made that abundantly clear on my time here. I think, 9 times out of 10 bad things end up happening when you have family vlog channels. I don't think it's really fair to the kids. Yeah, I might not like this guy, and I might not like their content, and I might not like the things that they put online. So that's pretty much where it is right now. We're gonna have to wait to see if anything new comes out about this story. Like I said, a lot of people seem to have that belief that something did happen, but that Austin wasn't the one who was actually involved in the situation. The whole thing is a mess, and unfortunately, the way that it was handled on YouTube is going to affect it going forward. So that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and we'll catch you all later.